My name is Maria. I'm originally from Barcelona, but I was raised internationally my whole life. I lived in South America, in Europe, in Asia as well, and then I did my master's in Madrid, in IESE. I'm currently living in Prague. I'm working in AB InBev. I've been working here for 8 months, and so I did my master's in IESE, my master's in management, and I would say the main reason was because there was no other university that I aligned with in terms of the values as much as I did with IESE. IESE's values are based on working hard, but also on making sure that you make everyone else around you feel good and that you help them as well. And to me, that's something that's really important. I always believe in hard work and, working for what you want and your dreams, but I don't believe in leaving people behind. And I think IESE really embodies that, embodies the idea of you can achieve your things, but always as long as you make sure everyone else around you is being helped out and is able to achieve their dreams as well. In IESE, the culture in class is, we always have to speak. It's based on the case method, and I admit at the beginning it was a bit daunting because, having to speak in front of so many people. But when you're in class, you really sense that feeling of friendship and when you don't know an answer, you never have anyone making fun of you. You have people who will support you, who will debate with you, argue with you at the same time, but it's always to push you out of your comfort zone to make sure that, you are giving the best answer that you can to the professor. And I think that's really, really important because it creates a very safe space and it helps you, develop your answers in a way that you don't feel judged at all. It was very challenging to prioritize correctly and not get overwhelmed. The program is only 10 months long and it's really, really intense. So when we first started, I remember it was extremely overwhelming. The classes are very tough. There's a lot of hours and the content is very challenging. But being able to, prioritize, set your goals correctly, and also take time for yourself, and remember that you are still a person, you still need to dedicate time to being with your family, with your friends. It's really, really important. And I think sometimes we forget about that. As the months were kind of going by, I realized that I really needed to create a schedule, but I had to fit in the time for myself. So whether it was the gym or taking a Friday afternoon off to be with my family or my friends, I realized that if I didn't set that time apart, you would never have time. At the end of the day, it should still be a priority and it should be part of your schedule. IESE really prepares you for the real world, and it's something that we don't realize until you come out into the real world. The pressure that we were put was very intense, but I think it was with the expectation that we would be ready for the real work life. In terms of to help me stand out, the curriculum that IESE sets is very well-rounded, I would say. It really does cover everything from finance to accounting, but also the people aspect of things. And I think that it's a really, really important thing to keep in mind. And sometimes we forget that business isn't just about the financials, it's not just about the, how much money you're making, the bottom line, it's also about the people aspect of it. And I think IESE really makes sure that you leave the program with that in mind at all times. The workload in IESE is very high, and whilst we were there, I remember, we used to say, how is it possible that you're asking me to complete an essay or this assignment for the day after? But honestly, I'm grateful that they did that because that's how the real world is. I've come to this program and my boss will ask me to do things for the day after, and it's expected of you to be able to complete it. At the same time, it's about being able to manage everything and be able to prioritize and stick with your time management. the master's in itself had a lot of aspects to it, a lot of case studies that we had to do whilst on top of doing the extracurriculars and things like that. And this program is very demanding as well, because not only am I doing a full-time job, but I also have projects on the side. I'm also in charge of mentoring the newcomers, because they really want to make sure that they've shaped you to become a team lead in only 1 year. So the intensity of the masters helped me adapt quite quickly to this program in ABI. Make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. The program is very intense, as I've said. It demands a lot from you, but make sure that you're joining it because it's something that you want to do. It's something that you want to change in your life, whether it's a boost or you want to change your career or anything. But also make sure that you align with the values of the university. I think that's really important because it's also reflected in the way that you're taught, in the people that you're going to be working with. At the end of the day, your classmates are going to be your friends for the rest of your life. They're going to be your network. So make sure that you're joining a network that you align with and that you would be proud to be a part of.